Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Here is about the land. I want to talk about the land issue. As I'm buying land in Mombasa. The land in Mombasa, they are very prime lands, very nice land. The price is not high as the other counties in Kenya. Here, when you want to buy a land, first thing you have to do, you have to look for a land with a land title. Don't buy a land with just a plot number here. Because a lot of people here with lands, they have a successions land and for example, some of them the lands were left by parents, some of them the lands were left by grandfathers, grandmothers. So you found that these people here, a lot of them, they have not even go and change the land to become to their names. So that land is like a succession land. Lands here, very nice weather. Very big lands here in Mombasa. You can't compare with Kisumu where the lands are very small and development in Kisumu is very low. Very low, as I tell you, very low. You can buy a land, for example, in Kisumu like 3 million Kenyan shilling. 3 million Kenyan shilling, maybe for example, the land can go to like 0.5, very just small plot. There's nothing you can build there. When you come to Mombasa in South Coast, this area where I am, you can find a land 1 acre going at almost, not even a million. It depends with where it is. Some of the places is going like 1.2. If you want a home, rural home land, you can buy a land from 7 to 1 million, 700 to 800K. So when you are acquiring a land here, you have to look for the papers. You check the land, then there you go. You found the chief in the round area here. You find the chairman. You find they will call even the neighbors to sit with you, to know you, that because you are a new person who is coming to another rural area, moving around. So the land here is very prime, very prime. You can put anything you want. You can build very well. There is a sand just next here. There is everything here you need to get. So with lands here, the only best thing to do is to, once you have bought a land here, you have to fence it. First thing, you have to fence the land, which is very nice. You just fence your land. You don't leave your land like that. Although here there is no a lot of fishy people or fishy jobs like the way they are in other cities. Here people are so friendly. People are just organized because they are all, majority here are Muslims. There are so many Muslims here, which is, I'm so happy for that. Once I went to, for example, I went to look for a land in Kilifi. Travel even into Kilifi to look for a land. I went even to Malindi to look for a land. When I reached to Malindi, the land was okay, but it was not clear about the papers. So I moved out from there. I went back to Mombasa. From Mombasa, I went up to the South Coast. I prefer South Coast than North Coast. According to, if somebody wants to develop, start a new life, it's better you come to South Coast. It's a very nice area, very nice, very, very nice. Climate is different with the North Coast. Here things are slow and not really slow because people now is the time for people to buy lands. When they went to the market, have a nice market where you can buy a lot of things just next year. The roads are good. You may not think that you are in the rural, but the roads are very good. I really like the place, and there are so many lands here. Anybody who need a land can just contact me. I'll show around. I will sell around. Anybody who is in the diaspora who need to build a home near the beach, I have the lands. It's a town, so you cannot just once you want to buy a land there in the beach, maybe you want to do something like a hotel, resorts, things like that, restaurants like that. It is very nice because we have a lot of tourists in this area in South Coast. A lot of tourists and a lot of foreigners live here. Almost, I think, like 40% are foreigners who live in South Coast. If the land will be, I think by next year or 2 years coming, I don't think that there's somebody who will get a land in South Coast. Or if it will be there, the land will shoot high because the rate of the foreigners who are coming this side, it's very high. Very, very high. The rates of the foreigners who are developing here, the rates of people from the other county and from Nairobi, Kisumu, wherever, especially from Nyanza. Majority of them have built here very well, and they call it a home. And they live so peacefully. Very, very peacefully. Everything you want is here in South Coast. South Coast is the best place somebody can come and visit. South Coast is the best place where you can come and relax during holidays. There is nothing much like a North Coast. Although North Coast is it's like I don't know how I can talk about it, but it's like a clean and it's a developed areas. But if you want a home where it is cool, a home means rural homes, you can come and build in South Coast. So when we went there, we went to the beach. Somebody have just opened a small beach. He just buy a piece of land and build up just a small structure, just a very simple structure here, just next to where the lands which I'm having is. He has put there. We cook a very nice food, having a very nice food here. Very nice. The place is too small. It's just a joint of a place in the beach, in Diani Beach. We have everything. In this area, we have so many, I think, supermarkets. We have Naivas, we have Carrefour. We have so many things. Here, if you want to build, it doesn't need to go to North Coast. Everything you just get here. Because there is a river here. There is a sand from the river, which is very nice. Very, very nice. We have everything, every building materials in this side. Everything you want, it's here. You don't need to go up to North Coast. If you want to go to if you want to go to the beach to relax in the weekends, you just go. If you want to go anytime, the beach is free. Here we don't pay the beaches. Here the beach are free. Okay, there are some private hotels which if you want to pass through their hotels, when you go to the beach, you have to pay something, or you have to have something which you are doing in that hotel. You cannot just pass in those hotels. So you prefer just go local way and pass. You will see all the beaches wherever you want. You will enjoy everything. The lands here are in the beach here are very, very expensive. Very expensive. But if you have something to do with the land you want in the beach, it is cheaper for the diaspora people. Yeah, very cheap for them. You cannot compare with the Miami in America or in Florida, somewhere out of the African country. And they are very nice, very well. You can do anything. Here is free. Nobody can tell you why are you going to the beach, why are you no, 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 no. It's not like the other time I saw somebody was in Nigeria, and they told her to pay some of the amounts is when they can enjoy the beach. And I think the person was a foreigner. Which that one happened in here, yes. It's happened to this big hotel, like 6 stars hotel. You cannot just walk in and walk out in the hotel. They have to protect the guests to go to the beach. So you can use another way just to enter at the same beach without passing through the hotels. I think that is what is here. But you to go to the beach and enjoy the beach, it is free. Here it is free. There's nowhere you will pay. Nowhere you can pay unless you are passing through the big hotels. Inside the hotels, that one you can pay. Not even pay. They want you to go there, you sit, you have a drink, you buy food, you do things like that. So here, once you have bought, if you live here and you bought a land here, you stay, you will know the area, and you will see the different climate with the north coast, with here in south coast. Like now it's a raining season, small in south coast, but the climate is so well, very well, and very nice and very free. Here is where we have a lot of foreigners. Here we have Germans people. We have any tribe, any Europe country tribe here. But most of the Italians are in another side of the north coast, a place called Malindi. Those side we have a lot of Italians people. But if you come this side, you will get German people, Norwegian people, people like that. But it's full, even African people, South African people, some of them build here. They have built here, bought land here. They live. There's another South African just here, not far. I've lived here for more than, I think even before even I was born. He's here. More than 55 years. That is long time when I was not even born. That is long time. He just live here. He bought a land here, built here, very nice house, very big house in the beach here. From South Africa, he lives here. So here you may see it is safe and everything. I think it is very, very safe. Because even when you come here around 8 or 9, that's the time you will see life in this area. You may think it is daytime and it is night. Because people going to the beach, there are so many clubs in the beach, there are so many restaurants in the beach, all over. So people, that's the time when people, now the climate of South Coast is cool, very cool. Now you see people coming out, doing what, walking around, walking in the evening, in the malls, just like that. But if you buy a land near the town center, like Diani area, the land is very high. It's very high for us. Yeah, we people of here. But if the foreigner who came from outside will say, well, it is so reasonable, it is cheaper, this amount of this, you are buying a land here, I pay my rent with this. They're talking like that. I can pay a rent in UK for this for only 4 months. But I said that here you can buy a land even 10 acres for that rent you are paying in UK and live very well here. So if you see foreigners here walking around here, just know that they live here. Not everybody coming here for tourism. Majority of them in this South Coast, white people, they live here, they have built here. They are doing very well. Some of them have opened even the business. There's one day now, I will show you how these white people have opened the businesses here in South Coast. Then I will show you how they have opened the good businesses in North Coast. Even North Coast, I have so many lands for sale. If somebody is interested, can tell me. If somebody need the land, can tell me. Even now we are fasting, but I will show out the land. Business is business. Yeah, it's not, doesn't mean that if you are fasting now you cannot work. You work. I work day and I break in the evening. So the lands here are still reasonable and better than 100 times to buy a land in Nyanza. Let me talk about Kisumu. I went to look for a land in Kisumu. When I went to look for a land, they give me 50 by 100. It's a place where there is no water. There's nothing there. It's because it is just near. It's not even near the town. I think that place to town is like 35 kilometers. Then you reach to Kisumu town. It's a rural vibe. So they told me that this 50 by 100, they need 2 million. That is $2,000. 20, is it $20,000? Yeah, $20,000. I'm calculating into dollars from shillings. Then I said, this area with this 50, if I compare to the South Coast, the same distance to the town center, I can get that land even bigger, 1 acre of land with less than that money. I can get it with 10,000. And this is a place where South Africa, the area where I'm talking about, that some South African people have built there. And this is a place where, if it was in Kisumu, I think they could have sold it. Maybe even 10 million. In Kisumu, you cannot own a land near the lake. It's a crazy price. Crazy price, and there's no development. There is no tourists. It is like that, the way you see it. So when I came back to Mombasa, I said, how can I buy a land 50 by 100 in Kisumu at 2 million in the hill? When I came to South Coast, I bought 2 acres of land. The same distance. There's water. There is power. There are tourists in this area. If I build a house there in the same land for rental, I will earn money higher than the one in Kisumu. Kisumu, you can buy a house like 12 million. For example, let me just give it out like that. You can buy a house like a 12 million. This house, if you get a good rent on it in Kisumu, maybe 55 or 45,000 Kenyan shilling a month. Here in Diani, if I buy a house of 12 million, every month I will be getting 120,000 return every month. If I buy apartments in Nairobi, for example, let me say in Kilimani, my area, for 13 million, 14 million, 3-bedroom apartments, I will rent a house at 110 or 120. That one, it depends there. That is 3 bedroom. So you can compare with the Kisumu. Kisumu, you buy apartments. And I've done my research and I was there. That's where I school, I know. Recently, there's somebody was selling apartments at 12 million. Then I asked, and how much is the rent in this area? He told me the rents are going at 45. So what is that? Why should I buy apartment in Kisumu for 12 million and the rent is 45? I can buy that apartment in Nairobi for 12. I get 110 or 120 a month. I can buy that apartment or build in Diani and get 120, 130 because of the tourists, because of the high area, nice weather. I went to Kisumu near this place. They're selling the place. They're selling that place. I think it is now 1 acre land. 1 acre land in a place called Dunga. I asked about the land. I inquired about the land. It was crazy price. Crazy where people live. Some of the people live with the mud houses in that area. In Dunga, there are people who are still live with the mud houses. But the land, 1 acre there, I was told 200 million. 200 million, I'm not lying. I can show you that land. I will go back to that land and post that land. You will see it. 200 million, 1 acre. Where there is no tourist, there is no anything. It's only the Lake Victoria is there. So, you see, if you want to deal with lands or want to buy a place where to live, you have to compare. You have to consider the safeness, the prices, what you want. If you just tell me that I want ABCD, Serena, I need ABCD from the land, I will tell you no. That one now, buy in this county. You will live well. But if you want to relax, you need everything. You need wherever free. You need a touring. You need a beach. Just be in Mombasa. Mombasa is the best place. The lands are still there. They are genuine lands. They are all over the places. That some people who are crook. Yes, even in Nairobi, even wherever. But you have just to be careful what you are buying and what you need. What you need, you will get it. So that's the way I left Kisumu about the development, what we wanted to do. I left Kisumu like that. Because first thing, even if I could have done what this guy wanted to do in Kisumu, I think Kisumu is just a place where to live. It's just to live because the income is very low. The income of Kisumu is very, very low. Very low. But now the times to come to rural in Mombasa. I'm talking of the rural. I've not talked about the town or wherever of Mombasa. No. I'm talking of the down the inside Ukunda, wherever those sides. There are still lands. There's some of them that are still owners. Old people are there. They live at the same place. They are selling their lands. They have a huge lands here. Very nice lands. Very, very nice land. And if somebody needs anything like that, he'll come and can inbox me. Can inquire from me. I will explain everything. I will stand for him. I will stand for her until everything is finished. There are so many activities here in South Coast. so many which somebody can do. So many you can do. If you need a development, just come to South Coast. If you need any development, peaceful development, hotels and wherever, just come to South Coast. Any land, any acre of the lands you want, I will provide you with a clean title, everything clean. If it is wrong, I will tell you this land is good, but don't buy it. This land is ABC. They will give you the history of the land. I will give you the history of each of the land, because I've been here since I was young. I know the area, I know everything. So anybody who wants to develop concerning about the business wise and everything can come to South Coast. He will be happy, she will be happy. That's why you see so many foreigners are relocating to the South Coast. So many foreigners relocating to the South Coast. So from the South Coast nowadays, now they are extending. It's like moving. It's like Nairobi was moving from Kitengela. Now it has gone. It has gone. They started, I don't know, Koza. That it is going. Nairobi is moving out of the town. Nairobi is just moving like that. It's the same as this side of South Coast. So anywhere somebody needs development, to relax, to build a home, to build a retired home, to build anything, what you want, I will provide for her or him. During the holidays, here where the people come, they come for 4 days. Like now we are almost going for Easter. You'll see how people will be in Mombasa. Here now we are going for the Eid. You'll see how people will celebrate here. They come from other counties, they will be here. They'll be here in the land, they will be here, they will enjoy the beach, everything. Here you walk, it is like in Ukunda you can walk, you may think you are not in Kenya. It's a big difference. You may think you are not in Kenya. It is very nice. This area reminds me when I was in Durban. I think the spelling is okay. I was in Durban. Some people call it Durban. I don't know Durban. I don't know. That is the pronunciation. Even that is a coast area. I was there. It was so nice. Very nice area. It's like it's a coast. It's just a coast like here in Kenya. They have a beach. They have a wherever. So many Asians people I think are there. It's like in Kisumu. So many Asians with the Lake Victoria, but they don't develop in those areas. Yeah, they have shops in Kisumu. They have shops in town, but they don't develop in the lake area. So it is like that. So someone has to pull up so that tourists can even come and enjoy the Lake Victoria. The structure, it is poor in Kisumu, very poor. Structure is very poor in Kisumu, near the lake. That is not the way people can build near the lake or near the ocean. Let me talk like that. You cannot build the way Kisumu people have built in the surrounding area. And that is what is going on. That is the thing which is there for today. Everybody can come and see. And please like the video, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.